some bad connections here on our control board and all that, but I need to get a hold of my chief engineer because he's out in the back by the tower, the radio tower out there, and he's sipping some of that white lightning, and we'll get him in here in a little bit and hopefully have him fix things up here. It's Sunday, January 8th, 2012. We're broadcasting live. Here's Randy Travis. If there's anybody who should be in the Country Hall of Fame, the Country Music Hall of Fame, I think this man well deserves a spot in the Country Music Hall of Fame. He should be the next person there. We're talking about the great Randy Travis.
Being without you has turned out to be so inconvenient, and wishing I was with you just seems to use up all my time. You've been gone so long that it's hard to recall just how the dream went, and all but this broken heart in me, I guess, is doing fine. Is it still over? Are we still through? Since my phone still ain't ringing, I assume it still ain't you. I've half a mind to take the time to find somebody new, but I'm not too sure that I'm still over you. That lie that I tried to slip by you was told with good intentions. It was just another way to say I love you and protect you from the truth. And half a pound of cure is surely worth a half an ounce of pure prevention. And trying to explain while I'm insane's the hardest thing I've ever tried to do. Is it still over? Are we still through? Since my phone still ain't ringing, I assume it still ain't you. But I've half a mind to take the time to find somebody new, but I'm not too sure that I'm still over you. It's still over? Are we still through? Since my phone still ain't ringing, I assume it still ain't you. But I've half a mind to take the time to find somebody new, but I'm not too sure that I'm still over you. If I repeat myself, it's 'cause I've nothing else to do, and I'm not too sure that I'm still over you. I'm not too sure that I'm still over you.
Randy Travis, is it still over? This is Pioneers of Country risking being delisted by the Live 365 server. Here's another Randy Travis song. Yeah. Put this man in the Country Music Hall of Fame, gang.
You may think that I'm talking foolish. You've heard that I'm wild and I'm free. You may wonder how I can promise you now, this love that I feel for you always will be. Well, you're not just time that I'm killing. I'm no longer one of those guys. As sure as I live, this love that I give is gonna be yours until the day that I die. Oh baby, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and They say time takes its toll on the body, makes the young girl's brown hair turn gray. Well, honey, I don't care, I ain't in love with your hair. And if it all fell out, well, I'd love you anyway. They say time can play tricks on memory, make people forget things they knew. Well, it's easy to see, it's happening to me. I've already forgotten every woman but you. Oh, darling, I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk about the weather, as long as old women sit and talk about old men. If you wonder how long I'll be faithful, but just listen to how this song ends. I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, amen. I'm gonna love you forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, forever and ever, amen.
Amen. Randy Travis, forever and ever, amen. That man should be in the Country Music Hall of Fame. I look forward to seeing him inducted very soon. Right here on Pioneers of Country with me, Dave. They were forgotten by the country music industry, country radio, and even the Grand Ole Opry. Pioneers of Country proudly remembers those artists and the music they made popular. Jeannie C. Riley.
I want to tell you all a story about a Harper Valley widowed wife who had a teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High. Well, her daughter came home one afternoon and didn't even stop to play. And she said, Mama, got a note here from the Harper Valley PTA. Well, the note said, Mrs. Johnson, you're wearing your dress is way too high. It's reported you've been drinking and running round with men and going wild. And we don't believe you ought to be bringing up your little girl this way. And it was signed by the secretary, Harper Valley PTA. Well, it happened that the PTA was gonna meet that very afternoon. And they were sure surprised when Mrs. Johnson wore her miniskirt into the room. And as she walked up to the blackboard, I can still recall the words she had to say. She said, I'd like to address this meeting of the Harper Valley PTA. Well, there's Bobby Taylor sitting there, and 7 times he's asked me for a date. And Mrs. Taylor sure seems to use a lot of ice whenever he's away. And Mr. Baker, can you tell us why your secretary had to leave this town? And shouldn't Widow Jones be told to keep her window shades all pulled completely down? Well, Mr. Harper couldn't be here 'cause he stayed too long at Kelly's bar again. And if you'll smell Shirley Thompson's breath, you'll find she's had a little nip of gin. And then you have the nerve to tell me you think that as a mother I'm not fit. Well, this is just a little Peyton place, and you're all Harper Valley hypocrites. No, I wouldn't put you on because it really did. It happened just this way.
she is, Jeannie C. Riley on Pioneers of Country. My name is Dave. Send me a shout out just before we put the cork in the bottle here and go back to a great pre-recorded playlist of some of the best country songs, some of the greatest pioneers of country music you ever heard. So you can send a little shout out there just before we go away here in about the next 10 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes. And then we'll be done for another couple of weeks or so. We'll be back. We jump on here. We do a shift every now and again. We jump on here and do a radio shift. And we'd like to hear from you. Tom up there in Montreal, Tom Steiner, thank you so much for participating. This is an example of what makes this station popular. That what makes this station work. Tom, who sends his ideas and what he's thinking about and stuff like that. We'd like to hear from that, and we'd like to hear from you and all that good stuff. So keep going here. 16 minutes past the hour. I'm Dave. Here's Glenn Campbell, who was recently diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and he's currently in his farewell tour.
Southern nights, have you ever felt a southern night? Free as a breeze, not to mention the trees, whistling tunes that you know and love so. Southern nights, just as good even when closed your eyes. I apologize to anyone who can truly say that he has found a better way. Southern skies, have you ever noticed southern skies? Well, its precious beauty lies just beyond the eye. It goes running through the soul like the stories told of old. Old man, he and his dog that walked the old land. Every flower touched his cold hand as he slowly walked by. Weeping willows cry for joy. Feels so good, it feels so good, it's frightening, wish I could stop this world from fighting. Mystery like this and many